welcome to Arizona Explorer, Prescott Edition. I'm J.R. Cardenas. Autumn means a lot of things to different people, but for our family, and maybe yours too, it's the perfect time to take the scenic ride just 90 minutes north to Prescott. Prescott has a lot to offer visitors. In addition to great restaurants, art galleries, and an abundance of outdoor activities, the town has a rich and colorful history. In fact, the new Western Heritage Center, located on historic Whiskey Row, is the perfect place to begin your visit.
The Western Heritage Center is a showcase of all of the museums and organizations in Yavapai County that help preserve our heritage and promote it. And so we have multiple museums. We have the Smoke Eye Museum, which is a Native American museum, and we have artifacts here that people will be able to see, and then hopefully they'll go to the museum when they have an opportunity. Same with the Pippin Museum of Western Art. We have the Charlotte Hall Museum also, just a couple blocks from here.
We have a great sampling of those museums, and we're very happy to share that history with them so that they will know their options when they come to town. I have noticed that the people of Prescott are very proud of their history and very willing to share it. On any given day, someone may walk in with a journal that belonged to their grandparents that talks about what it was like to journey west in a wagon train, in a Conestoga wagon. You know, and to me, that is all very precious history. It's what makes Prescott that place that people want to visit. Some of my favorite displays are the display on the Rough Riders. We know that the Rough Riders had a presence in Prescott. A very important aspect of military history. It's a family collection. We're very fortunate to have it. You will not see it anywhere else, which makes it very special. Just looking at this room, you see everything from items from the Palace Saloon in the territorial periods to the more modern aspects, Cowboy Poets Gathering being one of them. But also, the history is such a varied combination of different cultures. Everything from the early settlers to the Native American cultures that are so important to this area. The responsibility is to make sure that everything that we have is going to be preserved for generations to come.
I'd like to invite everyone to the Western Heritage Center in downtown Prescott on historic Whiskey Row. And you can visit our website, visit WHC.org.
Even the kids will love discovering Prescott's history when learning is turned into a fun family activity with the History Hunt Adventure. Just swing by the Visitor Information Center for your guide and let the hunt begin.
Welcome to Prescott. I am Prescott City Councilwoman Billy Orr, and we are at the official Chamber Visitor Information Center in beautiful downtown Prescott. Did you know that Prescott is also rich in history and was once the territorial capital in 1864? Well, facts like this and so much more are waiting to be discovered right here in beautiful Prescott. Allow me to introduce you to the Prescott Heritage Trail and History Hunt. By making the Chamber Visitor Information Center your first stop upon arrival in Prescott, you can stroll through the doors, meet the friendly staff and volunteers, and pick up the map of the Heritage Trail and History Hunt for the kids. Now you can explore how the Prescott Heritage Trail and History Hunt brings the history, beauty, and surrounding areas into a fun and easy-to-follow tour. So let's get started. This self-guided activity leads locals and visitors through a real-life historical walking tour of downtown Prescott and some of the great historical and cultural attractions, all the while uncovering layers of history and unearthing the treasures that lay waiting to be discovered. Here's a taste. Do you know when the fire leveled Whiskey Row and 25 saloons? What about where the first silent films were shown in Prescott? Which hotel sold shares in the original project for just $1 each? Where's Mike the dog? Oh, this is just a start. And by exploring Prescott and the area, you are sure to find your own hidden treasures, bringing you back to Prescott again and again. The kids will love the history hunt around the courthouse plaza. It'll keep them busy, but learning about Prescott's heritage and history while having a great time. Stop back where the fun started at the Visitor Center. Turn in the completed form, get an official button. There you have it, folks, the Prescott Heritage Trail and History Hunt. Get ready to dive deep into the history and the heritage of Prescott, a destination with so many things to discover. We can hardly wait to help you explore Prescott's heritage, Arizona's heritage, and soon to be part of yours.
There's so much more to see and do in Prescott. Stay tuned, because we're hitting the trail next when Arizona Explorer Prescott Edition continues. Welcome back to Arizona Explorer Prescott Edition. If you're a lover of outdoor activities, you probably already know that Prescott has it all. Rock climbing, kayaking, hiking, biking, equestrian trails, and best of all, cool fall weather. Sounds great, doesn't it? Well, take a look.
Prescott's a great place to visit because of all the outdoor activities that we have. There's something for everyone. You've got trails. We have 450 miles of trails. We have 5 lakes, 16 parks, and in those areas you can find all sorts of things to do. If you're going to one of the lakes around here, one of the 5 lakes, you want to do kayaking or canoeing, you can rent a kayak or canoe at the lake. And then you can go out and explore and just paddle around for half day, full day, whatever you're interested in doing. There are guides there and people that can help you set up. Now, if you're a little bit more of an adrenaline junkie and you want to do something a little bit different, you can go rappelling out at Watson Lake. There's a couple of companies here in town that will set you up and they'll rent you the equipment and they'll have their instructors out there and you can rappel down the granite cliffs there. So there are some different tours that are available for people that are interested in exploring Prescott and may not be familiar with Prescott. There's a couple of tours that'll take you in the back roads through the Prescott National Forest that'll show you some areas that you might not normally see. The weather and the climate here is a world away from down in the valley. We're at an elevation of over 5,000 feet, which makes us a mile-high city. We have 4 mild seasons and our average annual temperature is only 70 degrees. We are an event city. We have events going on almost every weekend. One of the best things to do is visit our website. And there you'll find a list of the events that are going on. Depending on what you're looking for, if you're looking to get away, we can do that for you. You don't have to go very far to do that.
Autumn is a great time to get outdoors on Prescott's Circle Trail. Challenge yourself on all or just a part of the 54-mile loop. It's a great opportunity to enjoy the fall colors and cool, fresh air.
My name's Chris Hosking. I'm the Trails and Natural Parklands Coordinator for the City of Prescott. Well, the Circle Trail has been a dream for many years. It's from the early 90s is when the first concept came around. The Circle Trail is 54 miles long. It really goes past all our landmarks in Prescott. So it links, Thumb Butte to Granite Mountain, to Watson and Willow Lakes, and to Badger Mountain, where the piers, in Prescott, and then up to Goldwater Lake, and then back around to Thumb Butte. The Circle Trail is a non-motorized trail, so it's open to hiking, running, mountain biking, and horseback riding. Some of it's a little bit more challenging than flat trails, but overall it's relatively an intermediate trail. There's not too much technical trails. We try and make it as fun as possible, but not make it too difficult. For people who are interested, there's camping spots all the way around. There's 4 campsites around that you can access. Well, it's a great place to come and relax. It's not as hot as down in Phoenix. We're about 20 degrees cooler in the summer. And when you go out there and you see people having fun and families, going out on the weekend and having fun on the trail and getting, back into nature, that's fulfilling.
Prescott makes it easy to get away from the city lights and taking the beauty of a starry sky. But Mother Nature doesn't always cooperate. When clouds make stargazing impossible, head on over to the Jim and Linda Lee Planetarium for an awe-inspiring look into the heavens above, no matter what the weather's like outside.
There is this a little bit of a magical moment that happens in a planetarium. Oftentimes it might be the kid's first time being in a planetarium. When the lights go down and all of a sudden you see what's on the dome. You see the universe. It's this gasping experience. You hear the murmurings in the crowd and, well, I get to say, hey, welcome to the solar system. And we get to journey around, see the different planets. We get to go up close and see the mountains and valleys on Mars. We get to see the moons around Jupiter. It's one of those visual concepts in the planetarium where you have a lot of bright colors right in your face that you're able to interact with. I'm Eric Edelman, the Jim and Linda Lee Planetarium Coordinator, and essentially that means whatever's involved with the planetarium, I've got my nose in it, I'm there. We're here at Embry-Riddle Aeronautical University in Prescott, Arizona, and so by its name, you might be able to tell already a little bit of what it's passionate about, aeronautics. But that's not all we do. We're very STEM-oriented, so we have a lot of degrees in that STEM field, and one of the big parts of this new STEM building that we're currently standing in here is that we want to sort of open up that knowledge a bit to the local public and beyond. If you want to learn a little bit more about what the Embry-Riddle students are doing, hey, come by to a planetarium show while you're here, walk through the building, see some of the exciting projects on display, and so it's very STEM oriented, and we want that STEM to be a part of the public consciousness here. In terms of making this planetarium a reality on campus, the person that had made that happen was the Chancellor, Dr. Frank Ayers. As we were working to build this STEM building here, he wanted this planetarium to be the crown jewel, as it were, of the building itself. And one of the exciting things about planetariums these days is that we've gotten into digital projection systems. So it's a multi-pronged vision of enhancing the students' learning, of bringing in the public and helping to foster a wonderful relationship between the community and Embry-Riddle, and also being a place for space and more for the K-12 students in the area. Most weekends we have free shows for the public where we just like to see people come on by and experience space with us. You got all these telescopes that are looking at the distant universe and getting us all this information that we can take to a planetarium and visualize in these unique ways. So it's this incredible collaboration between the scientific community and the scientific communicators that get what you see in planetariums to your eyes. People being in the planetarium, seeing this stuff, getting the same excitement I'm getting, I love that it's contagious. We're all experiencing space in such a unique way together.
There's always something happening in Prescott, Arizona. We'll be right back, so don't go away. Welcome back to Arizona Explorer Prescott Edition. I'm J.R. Cardenas. June 30th, 2013 is a day many of us will never forget. That was the day we learned 19 brave young firefighters, known as the Hot Shots, lost their lives. There's now a place to honor their legacy and recognize the unique character and work of firefighters worldwide, and to educate so that this may never happen again.
Well, hot shots are known as hand crews. They actually physically go out on a fire, create fire lines, backfires, and fight the fire that way, remove the fuel, thus prevent spreading of the fires. So they are actually out there working with hand tools. They were firemen and trained to do the job, but also too, it was more like a big family. They helped each other with their problems, and then they also went out in the community when they had an opportunity to help people that they came in contact with. The Yarnell Hill fire started as a lightning strike, and a couple of days after the fire grew as a storm moved in, high winds, and a number of crews were called out to fight the fire, and Granite Mountain was one of them. As they were coming down the mountain, there was a 180-degree shift in the wind, and they were trapped and couldn't make it to the safe zone. A lot of times after a tragedy, people will leave hundreds and thousands of items around. In this case, it was a chain link fence around the parking lot of Station 7. Well, out of the over 8,000 items left, you name it, it's here. Artwork, of course, t-shirts, teddy bears, religious candles. I think as people visit, and we've had over 23,000 visitors in the year we've been open, that they can reflect on the tragedy. They can pay their respects to the 19 hot shots that lost their lives, and at the same time they will be able to learn more about firefighting and how to prevent wildfires, since a large number of them are caused by humans. This is put into existence here to inform people about the guys and who they were and their families. And this is a way that you can be a part of a hot shot's life and pass the word on to people that this center is here not only to pay tribute and honor the deceased hot shots, but also to learn about wildland fires and firefighting.
To learn more about the 19 or to make a donation to support the Tribute and Learning Center, you can visit online at gmihc19.org. Did you know Arizona has an official Christmas city? Well, it does. And you might have guessed that, yes, it's Prescott. During the holidays, it's not only the trees that light up. A cheerfulness that can only be described as Christmas magic lights up the faces of everyone you meet.
Prescott earned the title Arizona's Christmas City in 1989 when then-Governor Rose Mofford proclaimed it. The courthouse lighting ceremony is a beloved event where we light up the plaza behind me. Beautiful courthouse lit up, trees ablaze in bright colors. It's really a beautiful display and very impressive display. It is a tradition that goes back to the 1950s. It changes a little every year, but some traditions remain the same, such as students singing on the courthouse steps. It's a beautiful display of lights around the courthouse and throughout the park. The Christmas parade features hundreds of displays, floats, school groups, marching bands, and community groups. And of course, the guest of honor is Santa Claus. Acronite is a beloved tradition in Prescott. It features over 100 musical entries throughout the downtown, hosted by businesses. In addition to the music, guests will receive goodies and hot cocoa and special items from these businesses. It's a tradition that goes back many years. If folks come up for Christmas, they will see a true traditional Christmas. And our friends from the Valley might just get a special treat. There might even be some snow when they visit.
Matt's Saloon is always a good time any day of the year and a Whiskey Row favorite. But the fun spills out onto Montezuma Street for a New Year's celebration, Western style. Who needs Times Square? Watching the big boot drop to welcome in the new year has become a Prescott tradition.
So we drop an 8-foot illuminated boot down the flagpole of the Palace building, and Whiskey Row is closed off. We have one big block party. We've got music, we've got food, just a really fun celebratory atmosphere. We have 2 drops, one at 10 p.m. and one at midnight, both of those with fireworks. And the past few years we added a Ferris wheel, which people really love getting on that Ferris wheel. It's just a really fun atmosphere, very family friendly. It's for all ages. Also, you know, all the lights on the courthouse square are still on at that time, you know, with being Arizona's Christmas city. So it's a really fun time. If you have nothing to do for New Year's Eve, Prescott's the place to be.
7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Happy New Year! Arizona!
No matter what you choose to do, a visit to Prescott is time well spent. It's a place to relax with great food, friends, and family, or get away from it all and enjoy the wonders of nature. Best of all, the people are friendly, warm, and welcoming. Plan your visit soon. Thanks for watching. I'll see you next time on Arizona Explorer.